Okay, what's up guys, how you doing? Actually just pulled over here to a restaurant. I'm getting me some food. I'm actually taking today off, which is a reason why this video is being made. So while I wait, I thought I would go ahead and make this video. Now first off, I want to say this video isn't really about me directly, but it is about what I witnessed yesterday while I was doing a delivery. And another thing is depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts. They are a real issue, and I was kind of pacing around yesterday after I got home from witnessing this, and also today I wasn't really sure how I was going to make this video, or if I was going to make this video, because I wanted to be respectful to the person and their situation, and you know, just in general, I wanted this to come off in the correct way. So if I have to do a lot of stopping and editing just to make this right, I guess you'll see this in the video. But anyway, let's get to why I'm making this video. So yesterday was pretty well. You know, everyone's gonna have it kind of up and down, which is kind of how it was. You know, there were some great orders, there were some not so great orders, but I was able to make it work. And I guess one of the highlights of my day was actually meeting a subscriber. His name was Jesse. So Jesse, if you're watching this, hello my friend. I actually delivered to him twice. I delivered to him yesterday and then the day before. He was actually using Corner Shop, and then I guess he recognized who I was, and then he actually ended up tipping me $20. So that was another highlight of my day. But it wasn't that order that sparked this video. It was the second to the last order I took that night. So it was about 6 o'clock, 6:30ish, I actually would say. And it was kind of dusky, which means, you know, the sun was going down. So the trees were casting a heavier shadow. I'm telling you all this because it's going to play into what's going to be happening later into this story. I was delivering to an apartment complex. I can't remember if it was a Grubhub order or Uber Eats. It doesn't really matter. I was dropping off an order. It was at an apartment complex. And you guys know apartment complexes, they have doors sometimes facing outwards on the outside of the complex. Sometimes you walk into something and all the doors are facing inward. This one, you have apartments on one side and then you have apartments on the other side. They're connecting buildings, and they had a staircase that leads right up, and all the doors are facing each other. So I go up to the third floor, drop the order off, very routine, you know, here with your order, have a great day, bada boom, bada bing. I normally step off to the side to let the customer get their food. I don't want to be seen. I don't also want to just kind of be standing around the door looking like you're about to, like, you know, attack them as they try to go get their food. I try to get away from the door as fast as possible. So I saw the customer grab their food and they go back inside their apartment. I go downstairs, and granted, the little exit way, a little staircase way, I parked about 8 to 10 parking spaces over to the right, you know, kind of in a little shaded area. And I got in my car, so I was like, I'm going to sit right here and just see if any orders come in. I don't want to waste any gas. I just want to see if I get any hits in this area. And you guys know I'm always listening to like some true horror podcasts, you know, true crime things on my phone, and I'm listening to this, and all of a sudden I start hearing screaming. And I'm thinking maybe it's like some audio effect that they added into the podcast. And, you know, I am in an apartment complex, so I'm kind of looking around, thinking kids maybe playing outside. I don't know, kids really don't do that these days, but that's what I thought it was. I thought it was some screaming. So I didn't really pay much attention to it until I realized it kept going. It wasn't like, you know, you're playing tag or something back in the day, you are running from someone and you scream and then you stop. This kept going. Like, this was a continuous scream, and it wasn't only screaming, it was a cry for help. So I ended up turning the podcast down because that's what I thought it was coming from, and it wasn't. And it's one of those screams where it's kind of muffled, but it's loud at the same time. Like, I could hear it all around me, but I couldn't pinpoint where it was coming from. So I'm frozen. Like, I don't know where it's coming from. And the funny thing is, you know, you say all the time, like, if I hear something crazy, I'm out of there. It was quite the opposite for me. I was frozen with fear, because this scream was something that I only have heard in the movies. It wasn't too long after hearing the scream, I looked diagonal because I can see the staircase from where I was parked. I look diagonal and I see a man come running down the staircase, screaming, no, help. And I heard gun somewhere in his scream. This really got me shaking. Like, I hear that all the time, like my blood ran cold. Never thought I experienced that, and that's what I experienced. My blood ran cold. I was literally frozen. My thought process with this is, I thought someone was chasing him from the apartment complex with the gun. And if I was to start up my car to try to get out of there, I would draw attention to myself, and that person could come, you know, shooting at my car or whatever the case may be. This is what's going on in my head. Now, granted, as I told you, it's dusky. Where I was parked, my car was pretty shaded, and I have tinted windows, car is black, so where I was, I felt like I was kind of covered. I see the guy, he runs to the other side of the parking lot, where they have like the grass or whatever, and he collapses over there. He's rolling around, just screaming top of his lungs, talking about, no, I can't believe this. He killed himself. I'm like, what? Yeah, so he's screaming, I can't believe he killed himself. I can't believe he killed himself. And he's just rolling around. And, a lot of things are running through my head. First of all, I really can't move. Like, I'm just looking at all this go down. I'm looking over to the pathway to see if someone's gonna come down. Like, I don't know what happened in this apartment. So, I mean, human instinct, you want to go over there and, and lend a hand, but you really don't know the situation. Like, I don't know him. I don't know if someone else was in the apartment. Like I said, I heard gun. I heard him kill himself. There was a lot to process. The best thing I think I could do is maybe just, get ready to call 911. He sits up, he digs in his pocket, he makes a call, and he makes a call to his father. He's like, Dad, I don't know, I can't remember the person's name, not that I would put that out there, but he names the person and said, Dad, he killed himself. He grabbed the gun and he killed himself. So from what I gathered on that, his brother killed himself in the apartment. And I'm like, this is intense. This is insane. He gets up, and obviously he's still going through it. A lady from the same apartment complex balcony, she yells over, hey, don't worry, like, it's gonna be okay, cops are on the way, like, just calm down, it's gonna be good. She's doing her best trying to calm him down. And then I see two gentlemen come walking, I guess from the other complex. I guess they must have heard all the screaming and whatnot. I turn my head, I make eye contact with them, they make eye contact with me. They kind of stop, kind of look around and see, and then they saw the gentleman collapse on the other side, the grass area closer to his apartment. They go over there. As I look up, there's already some people surrounding him and, trying to do what they can to calm him down. And at that point, I felt there was going to be a lot of cops, a lot of ambulance coming, and this whole area is just going to be blocked off. So that's when I started my car and eased out of that apartment complex. Now, when I got to a spot, it took me a while to process that. Like, my adrenaline was running high. I was kind of feeling guilty for not just bursting out of my car and going over there to see what was going on. But in situations like that, you really have to be aware and think about your own personal safety. Again, I didn't know this gentleman. I didn't really know the circumstance. I didn't know the story of what really happened in that apartment. Hope the AC is not too loud. I have to turn on the AC, but maybe there's just too many podcasts I'm watching, but you don't know the situation. Now knowing what happened, it makes you rethink everything, but who's to say what his story was, what he had on him? We've heard about so many of these like mass shootings where people who are going through issues not only take their own life, but they take a lot of other people's lives with them. So that was my thought. Just, I need to understand what's really going on before I just go run head first into something. Like I said, the best thing I could do would be to call 911. And thankfully, that lady who was in the apartment complex had already got the emergency services on the way. The freakiest part about that is being so close to that situation. I just came down those stairs, and I can only imagine how that would have been if I was walking down the stairs and that gentleman came running out in that panic. How would I felt? What would I have done? I honestly don't know. So that kind of also speaks to being aware of your surroundings, guys. I mean, in situations like that, like, what more can you really do? It was nothing out of the ordinary. It was daylight. I was just dropping off food. I know sometimes we can deliver to some very sketchy places. I think, like I mentioned in my last video, that weird backwoods alley place. I was like, man, imagine if this was dark, and imagine if you were a woman. Not to say that you ladies can't take care of yourself, but I can only imagine some of the thoughts that might run through your head as you're doing your deliveries, going to places that aren't always ideal, you know what I mean? So before you get out of your car, take a look around, make sure things are good, make sure nothing looks sketchy. Driving with Jazz made a good point on her live that I was listening to the other day. She's like, if the lights are off at the front of that house, I'm not going up there. I'll call them. They got to turn the lights on to come out and get their food. So you do just want to be safe and be aware. Definitely maybe have something on yourself to protect you in cases. But yeah, guys, just be safe. But I just find it very interesting because before I left for work that day, I was actually watching Pavel. I hope I'm not butchering his name. I'll put his name here up on the screen. And he was just talking about, you know, how driving and doing this kind of work is lonely. You know, it's just you and food or groceries in the car for 8+ hours a day, and you don't really have a lot of interaction. It's just kind of running in and out of the restaurant unless you're doing the grocery shopping, which sometimes I like to jump out and do because you at least are immersed with people around you and you can kind of have a little bit more conversation, if you're asking, you know, can you help me find, you know, this item. That's another reason why I started this whole YouTube channel, to actually give me something to do and take my mind off of just sitting in solitude. You know, it made me feel like, even though I was talking to a camera, it did make me feel like I was talking to other people, and it did help the day go by so much more faster. But yeah, to watch that video and then go out and have that kind of thing happen was very alarming for me. So I guess one of the main reasons I'm trying to make this video and told that whole story about what happened to me is, if you guys are in a situation like that, again, I don't know the story of what brought that gentleman to make those types of actions or have those kind of thoughts, but if you guys are experiencing something like that, I do urge you to reach out to a friend, call someone. I'm gonna put an 800 number here on the screen that I found. I'm guessing it's universal, and what I mean by that is, you know, just not local to here in Austin. And, you know, just try to see if there's some services that can help you get through this. I think we all sometimes hit a low point, and if the point gets to where you're in a thought process like that, I do hope you take another route and try to work it out in a better light. I know Pedro Santiago did a video about mental health and wellness, and I really hope you guys go check out his channel. Great guy, very positive. One thing I do like about that I've seen in his channel, he'll be doing his orders and he'll just turn it off midday to go spend time with his family. And that's so much of what we try to preach. We love the flexibility, you know, we make our own hours, blah, 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 blah. But oftentimes we're out all day, you know, doing this, and it's like, where is the flexibility? Where is the freedom that all of us say we're chasing after? So for me, it made me take a look at my structure and what I wanted to do differently. That's why I made a calendar, and I've scheduled myself 4 days working, 3 days off. Those 3 days, I'm either going to be editing a video, taking a day just to do absolutely nothing, and then one day is set to like catch up with family and friends, you know, kind of have a social life. That's the thing I just had to realize, chasing after the next upload and also chasing after the money in the apps, for me, I found was just not the healthiest thing. So I know on these videos, we all kind of have a general consistency, you know, go harder, grind it out, make that money, this, that, and the third. But on the flip side of that, if you guys need to take time off for whatever reason, do it. Because a couple of days of rest mentally and physically can make the world for you. You don't want to run yourself into the ground. I know bills are real and it can be stressful sometimes, especially now when it's such a slower period, but sometimes you do need to just take a step back and relax. And again, guys, you're gonna have to excuse me. I know this video is probably gonna be very, very choppy, but as I'm talking about this, it just kind of brings up those memories. I never heard a scream, a cry, a painful, anxiety-driven cry like that gentleman had. And, you know, as I drove off from there, I actually ended up getting another order, and I was so disoriented. I was supposed to go to HEB and shop. I actually drove all the way to a Randall's and shop. And on top of that, I don't know how superstitious you guys are, but a black cat crossed my path. I'm like, wow, this is my sign I need to go home. The upside to that is they say if the cat goes from left to right, which this one did, it's a good omen and good things are supposed to come to you. So I'm banking on that. But I think I've said all I need to say on this video. Like I said, I'm starting to get kind of spaced out on this. I'm starting to just relive that again. But I just wanted to let you guys know that if there is someone that you love or care about, do contact them, reach out to them. If there's a family member or a friend that you haven't heard from in a while, reach out to them, contact them, just send them a text message. Let them know that someone's out there thinking about them, cares about them. Again, I don't know that gentleman's story that brought him to that decision, but anything that we can do to help the people around us know that it is a better way we should do our best to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video now, guys. I do hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I'm gonna go see if my food's ready. I'm gonna go back home and just chill out, and I'm gonna actually hit the road tomorrow. It's gonna be Saturday, so hopefully it'll be busy and I can make up some money that I didn't do today. But we'll see what happens. But until the next video, guys, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll catch you in the next one.